All you boys and girls, if you need some help, we are here to help when you're by yourself. All the boys and girls in this crazy world, you are not alone. My home is your home. We are strong and we'll keep fighting, no matter how long the skies bring lightning down. We'll march on and we'll keep striving, no matter how much they say we can't move on. Na 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 when the world's crashing down and you fall to the ground, we will help you back up. Think you just found the love. When it's all going wrong and you feel not so strong, then you feel all alone. I need you to hold on. We are strong and we'll keep fighting, no matter how long the skies bring lightning down. We'll march on and we'll keep striving, no matter how much they say we can't move on. Na 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 when you fall to your knees, someone's hearing you, please. Help me up, help my needs. I can be your relief, 'cause I'm always with you. If you win, if you lose, we are ready to prove there's nothing we can't do. We are strong and we'll keep fighting, no matter how long the skies bring lightning down. We'll march on and we'll keep striving, no matter how much they say we can't move on. Na 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 Too many tears caused by fear, no more cures for your dear. Children working for meals, empty stomachs not feel. All these lies and false skies, then you've lost all your pride. Maybe some of you cry, just remember that we are strong and we'll keep fighting, no matter how long the skies bring lightning down. We'll march on and we'll keep striving, no matter how much they say we can't move on. Na 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 dreams are your dreams, all your dreams. Come with me, come with me. You'll be free. Dream, dream, dream. Lean on me. You'll be free. Dreams are your dreams, all your dreams. Come with me, you'll be free.
Don't make it right. You know two wrongs don't make it right, but you know just how I feel it like. You just broke my heart, it wasn't right, and I know you think that I'm weak inside. My way, and we can do it your way, and we can do it both. apologetic. Too much make you look pathetic. I promise I'm getting better. I dig you so with the shovel. I'm dying to stay together. You leaving, you like whatever. Oh, no, say why? What you trying to do now? Are you leaving or you staying? Guess you gotta choose now. Other than this on your mind, guess I gotta stand in line. I hope I ain't wasting my time for this simple fact. Girl, your love got me hooked like crap. How I'm supposed to act? Really had your back, your money low. I would throw your stack. It's all about you, never doubt you. I know you will bring it back. Call me up, tell me to relax, then bring me a sack. Call me up, tell me to relax, then bring me a sack. Are you? By the time you showed up,
Really?
you look nice.
Well, thank you.
Can we talk now?
Sure.
It don't matter to me. 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 You know two wrongs don't make it right, but you know just how I feel it like. You just broke my heart, it wasn't right, and I know you think that I'm inside my way. And we can do it your way, we can do it both ways. We can call it our way. You know two wrongs don't make it right, but you know just how I feel in life. You just broke my heart, it wasn't right, and I know you think that I'm inside my way. And we can do it your way, we can do it both ways. We can call it our way.
Yeah, effects, info D, the masterpiece. That's right. Open your minds. Let me enlighten y'all.
Watch out for the third eye. Warp zone through the lies. Massive terrorize. Glamorize. Hateful lies. Hateful tries. Why you wanna do this? Why you wanna disguise yourself and act so fake? Why these dudes trying to steal off my plate? Why are they trying to get me under their face to try to believe them? When I see them, I see through their fake skin. I see everything and show it in the making. And I see you is where you'll be a samurai, precisely bringing enemies down to their knees. The other sweet, then comes the breeze. It's the beginning of a new breed, a royal creed. Disloyal bleed through a virtual velocity. Astronomy and philosophy ain't stopping me. I rose to live the life of the chosen. Mind exploding with knowledge and skill. Travel the world to show them how to be real for all deceivers. You know that you're a done deal. Guts spilling, cold chills, rip your body in half. No more endurance in the aftermath. From my deadly wrath, I make my own path. A lone warrior, I watch my own back. Get through the cracks, club the tracks, so no one follows my tail. Well, on my trail.
It's the mighty Shogun, last samurai, ready for the final showdown at sunrise. If I ever die, lay me down next to where warriors lie. Give me a soldier's goodbye, don't cry. See you in the afterlife. We hover in flight as we dance in the skies. Earth rotates as time passes by. Earth will shake as the mind applies. From the mental strength, focus the third eye. As I meditate, I elevate then fly. Soul traveling directly towards the light. The truth was revealed beneath sneaky lies. Though deceitful guys wore a robe in disguise, collected a slice of that devil's pie. As we multiply, a piece of nature dies, destroying forest land, then building city lives.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl RawNe, and I'm back. So I hope you guys enjoyed the music in rotation for a little bit. Mel Martin is finally in the building, so he is getting everything situated right now, and he'll be getting his little spot over here at the table so we can get into everything. So if you guys have any questions about fitness, wellness, and I do mean wellness, mind, body, and soul wellness. If you guys have a chance to pop in and ask questions, you can leave it in the comments, and we'll be sure to get it to him so that way he can go ahead and answer those questions. So I hope that you guys are thinking maybe fitness or in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That's, again, mind, body, and soul. So I'm going to go ahead and put another song or two in rotation really quickly while we get everybody situated over here. If you guys have requests or you guys would like to send in music, I am all ears. To Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be best. Rise and Shine 209. Come on in, Mel. He's going to go ahead and get situated. I'm going to go ahead and put some music on for you guys while we go ahead and get that done. If you guys, again, have any requests, just let us know. Enjoy.
Sunrise, thank God for another day, but I question my life. Murderous plots on my block, daily confusion. Watching my back from these dirty cats, I feel like every day I'm losing. So I'm packing a pistol on my journey to find my way home. In my mind, I walk the line of straight and narrow, but tender road. And so many quick to judging how I so-called make a living. If it's best to give the receipt, all these bullets that I'm giving. Lord, forgive me for all my sins and all the pain I bring. I'm only a man trying to understand on how to win. No college degree, everything I know I've learned from the streets. Survival of the fittest as I watch my city bleed. Stand on 2 feet, searching for answers to feel complete. Creates more questions about my future. No surrender, no defeat. So walk with me, grab my hand if you wanna understand the life I lead. Shall we proceed to the promised land? Wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There is no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home now. I embark to a dark place. In my mind you'll find the thoughts demons brought that I try to leave behind. Fighting for control for my soul brings a pain, and the only way out is to put a bullet through my brain. But I was never raised a coward, taught to face my fears. Is your friend or foe? Ask myself, staring in the mirror with my finger on the trigger. Best believe I will bust on those who propose to break the bond of trust. Frustrated by complicated situations got me feeling that these busters on the other side think I'm not for killing. Dealing with emotions I try to hide, but inside I wanna kill them all and watch them fall with those I collide. Many voices will speak, but only one will talk back. Before I die, cut off my head and let me die in Iraq. Until the time we meet, I will continue to chat to the Lord about my doings I can never take back. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There is no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to which I go.
I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home now.
Here at KXVS,
It's like the awesome thing about
broadcasting
it.
from
Guys,
Stone Tube
we're
Studios,
back. Rise and Shine
is
209.
the voice of Stockton.
We are back. We are with Mel Martin here.
Good morning.
And he is our awesome fitness, wellness, life coach. So
Yes, yes.
thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, I
Welcome,
love coming here.
welcome.
It's always great to see
I
you.
love having you here. It's amazing because the things that we get to share with you through the week, through our progression, is so awesome. Let me bring this back out so that way I can. But yeah, so we were talking during the intermission with the music and everything. We were talking about what the instructions that Mel has provided to me personally, what it's done for my life. And so
Yeah.
I want to definitely share the biggest part because
Please do.
as I was mentioning earlier to everybody that it's mind, body, and soul. It's not just a body fitness. It's not just your mind and in all, even when you put it together, that works for your soul.
Right.
Because you're able to release and progress and work out both physical and mental. So the mental part has been a big piece for me. And I have to appreciate that so much. So I thank you so much for
Awesome.
that. Because it has been able to give me a place to go to be completely free and uninhibited. Completely uninhibited.
Absolutely.
I don't have to worry about expressing an emotion that somebody didn't want to hear.
Right.
I don't have to worry about expressing an emotion that isn't PC. I don't have to worry about expressing an emotion that is gonna make me feel awkward in front of others, or and I can be myself wholly and completely with myself and where I'm at, and actually work through some things that maybe I'm trying to bottle up or not tend to, and so I'm able to release that. And I thought, would I ever go back and watch these? And so I did actually last night.
What did you see?
I went back and I watched something that I saw. I had released some anger and some pain, and the fact that I released it, it no longer served me. I didn't need to have that there. It didn't resonate with me anymore, and so I felt comfortable enough to literally delete it. And so it felt as if, in my physical self, as it was in a physical, like, cyber world, so to speak. That deletion, like, assisted with the deletion through me.
Absolutely.
Of me. So I let it out, put it in a place that was a safe place, and when I went back to watch it, and I just thought, I'm over that. I got through that those things that led up to whatever that was. It was all just contained, and so I was able to just kind of like burning like an ex's clothing or old love letters that don't need to be around anymore because that that person isn't in your life, like that kind of thing.
Absolutely. No, you're an artist and you're in the business of expression through inspiration, right? And I thought to myself, God, what if she was able to connect to that? And what you're doing is you're strengthening your emotional and mental fitness together. You're definitely connecting with that. And that's why it's so important to do all three, emotional, mental, and physical fitness together. You're so much more than just your physical body. And I was just thinking about it last night. I go, God, what can we talk about today? Well, it's your chosen energy. Your chosen energy is connected to everything that you do. It's absolutely that. You can be, if your chosen energy as your foundation, I'm talking about your foundation, the life energy foundation that you have. And if it's toxic because you come from a place of reliving a story over and over and over. Right. You're a blamer. You're you know, you're insecure and this happened to me a long time ago and my mom and dad treated me wrong, or this guy, and you're still living that.
Yeah.
You know, that is who you are, right? And it ties into how you treat yourself, how you treat people in your work life, how you treat people in your family, how you treat your children, everything, all your relationships, right? So the most important relationship you have with yourself is poor.
If you're in that place.
If you're living in that. However, if your chosen energy is one of, you know, healing, one of strength, one of, you know, okay, I'm going to run towards the pain to make me stronger instead of, you know, repelling it and suppressing it.
Right, trying to hide it, trying to get away from it. Because it's going to come back. You have to deal with it.
Right. I'm never going to attract my greatness. I'm never going to allow my greatness to come out of me. You know, I mean, that's key. You can work out all you want. You can diet all you want. You can eat so well. All that. You can do all the processes really, really well. But if you are toxic, and if you have a poor self-reflection, if you have a poor self-image, and your self-language is just bad, you know?
Yes. And you can
that
hear
doesn't mean anything. Just
you could
totally. It could be very subtle.
Choices of words that they
very
choose
subtle.
to use. Yeah.
You know, like you know, you're let's say you're in a game, right? You're playing something, and all of a sudden, oh God, I suck at that, or God, I'm such a loser.
I'm so stupid.
And if you say that, even just in jest, right?
You're speaking that into your life.
Really, you know, that's really part of your identity. You really think you are. Why would you say that? Right. And I've had a lot of debates with people. Oh, Mel, you're nitpicking now. You're splitting hairs. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Right.
No, absolutely not. I have
words matter, actions matter.
Absolutely,
and it's with purpose and intention.
Yeah.
And so when you're keeping that on a conscious in the forefront, you choose and you know, like, okay, I'm not going to say those things. You're not going to say those things. So splitting hairs or not.
Right. There's a difference between allowing yourself and others to laugh at you and about you,
and or with you,
and poke at you and with you, right? Yeah. You know, because of just, you know, oh, you got an incoming call.
Yeah, that's rare. And it's interesting that it's in here. Let me see. I wonder if I can answer it.
Answer it. It could be Marcelis. Oh, Dave Rich, who's that?
Hello. KXVS.
Stand by, peeps.
Hello. Okay, sorry, everybody.
You should have answered it. Round Table Pizza.
I was hoping that somebody would be on the other end of that line since it was ringing.
Sometimes at my house, the phone used to ring, right? And I don't even use a landline anymore. Sometimes I'll pick it up and I'll go, meat department. And people are like, what?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Right. But, you know, look at the energy of the humor, right? Just laughter alone. If there's a huge difference between being able to laugh at yourself so that you're not taking yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Because, you know, we're as professionals, you're serious all day long. You have protocols. You have, you know, procedures, parameters. Hello. Okay, do it, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
Do it.
Where is it at?
It's right there.
Let's see if this one. I can't.
Oh, my.
KXVS. Hello, Master speaking. This is RawNe. You're on the air. Okay. Yes, sir. Will do. Okay. Bye-bye.
Did they mean to call us?
That was an important phone call, everybody.
Oh,
I need to relay a message ASAP.
Right.
So I am listening. We are going to relay this message.
Okay. You should have done it. You should.
I'm glad I didn't. For the phone call that it was.
It's like the main investor of the studio.
Right.
No more funding for Rise and Shine 219.
Oh my goodness.
Shut down KVHS. That'd be horrible. Anyway, you know, we all have boundaries and parameters we have to work around, right? We're all accountable. We have to answer to people above and all this stuff in your professional life. So, you know, all day long, at least for me, I got to be professional. So in my personal time, it's all about humor and laughter and concrete conversations, and that's the energy I want to offer my personal universe. Yeah. We all have a personal universe, and that personal universe is connected to the bigger one. And your chosen energy in that, how you treat yourself, how you look at your workouts as a gift to your body instead of a daunting task, You know, every meal, every clean and healthy meal you eat as an ability for your body to operate better. You know, the amount of times that you just stop, pump the brakes, fly at a bird's eye view to see what's going on in your life, whether it's going good or going bad, just so you take inventory, which is healthy. Every time you look in the mirror and you just really just melt in those eyes that are looking back at you and you say, I love you and you're totally okay. That's all great loving energy. I'm not saying that it's bliss out all the time.
Right, right.
Okay, but what I'm saying is when those moments when it's hard, and I did a post this morning that said, stand tall and strong. No matter how hard or how painful, you are loved, so stand tall and strong. Right?
Right.
So if your foundation of your existence, and if you really know who you are, not what you do isn't what you are, is who you are, but who you are. If you're able to stand and be comfortable in the middle of your own tornado, it doesn't matter what comes your way.
Right.
You're going to have that relaxed confidence and knowing that I don't have to react to this, because sometimes the best reaction is no reaction. You know, I don't have to withstand anything.
Right.
I don't have to endure anything. I'm just going to let it flow through me. Then you're evolving. Then you're growing. And now that you have that ability and method to express yourself in a private, secret way, you know, not that it's anything crazy. It's, I don't know if you want to tell people what it is, share this, but it's just a method. Yeah. It's just the method that I suggested to her last week, because I do it myself. The reason why this all came about, and that method, is because I have coaches in my life too. Okay. And yes, I do. And I got to tell you, even Tony Robbins, yes, Gary V, all those guys, any major league, you know, professional athlete. I mean, let's just look at even the Super Bowl, right? Nick Foles, right? Brilliant performance. Tom Brady. They all have head coaches and then sub coaches around them that's help with their specialties. There's always a weakness in your game. And you need to find those people that you resonate with, because you actually mutually help each other. Yes. Okay, you may not be an expert in what they can help you with, but you're definitely an expert in something they're not.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, it was suggested to me you should journal, blah, blah, blah. Well, in my own OCD, because of anxiety, right. It's just to the task of doing that. It's like, okay, I got to really slow down and do it. And I write as fast as I think, so it looks horrible as it is.
Yes.
You know, it's like, you know. So I was thinking, no, there's got to be some other way. And I thought, oh my God, I do these private Facebook pages for all my clients so that we have a portal and we can express and educate and give information via Facebook Live video, via Facebook Live audio, and just type in a caption. Right? And all those forms of expression are raw and real.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Real time.
Yes. Because
in a written format, you can lose in translation what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Right? So that really resonated with me. I said, oh my God, I can make a page for myself. I had two pages, right? One was a business, one was professional. So in order to create a secret page on Facebook, you have to add someone else.
Yes.
So all you got to do is add yourself,
Luckily,
and you're there.
Another page.
Exactly. And if you don't, just create one. The next thing you know, and just select secret out of the three choices of, you know, public, closed, or secret, and that's it. And you're good. And when I did it, I was like, wow. Now, I have watched back, you know, a couple of times and go, yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay. Maybe a couple of seconds. But to me, once it's gone from me, it's gone from me. In your case, it's a little bit different. As a creator, it would serve you well to look back on it, because it's the moment, right? Yes. The emotion, you captured it.
Yes.
That's hard to do on paper sometimes.
Yes.
Right? Because you can't remember it anymore. Good morning, dude. How you doing?
Morning.
Because you can't, you know, the essence of it all. Right. You know, how you behaved, how your eyes were, you know, what energy you were exuding. It's completely different than I wrote it down and you're trying to capture that moment and relive it again. But when it's on video, you're like, yeah.
Yes. How did that come? How?
Yeah.
Why was I?
It's very impactful.
Right. And then I'm able to talk it out and like lead up. So and what's great about it, like what you were talking about being on paper, sometimes your own thoughts get in the way when you're writing across the paper, because you start to look at something else and then you go into a different direction. But the same thing happens on the live video. Right. But I'm able not only to go into the tangent, but it literally unravels itself to the core of really what it was.
Right.
So I can get there in a much more timely fashion than to have to go reread. Did I say that right? Did I write that right?
Right.
You know. And so getting down to unraveling whatever that emotion wrapped situation or issue is, it's like, okay, well, what is that core emotion or that core thought that I'm dealing with? And so that is what this page really helps me do, without having to go talk to somebody else and get ill-advised, or get a misunderstanding, or get just a backlash of somebody's thought and their own thought process, like interfering with my own. And so it's a place where it's, like I said, uninhibited for myself, and it also doesn't allow for interference of other people's thoughts, so that I'm able to get through. And when I was younger, I had to go to AA meetings because my family was a part of that. So my family being a part of it, one thing that we learned in there is, it's in an environment where people can share, and they don't get response or replies from other people. So other people are not supposed to interfere or interject their thoughts, their feelings. They're just allowing people to just have a place to say their piece. Right. Because of whatever. Very safe. Yes, it's supposed to be that kind
no
of
judgment.
But then sometimes, even after, people want to go have a conversation about what you talked about.
It's human nature to want to dive into that.
Right. And so it's kind of one of those things where that's not really what I wanted, or I just needed that release. And so this does allow me that.
Well, you don't have to navigate your way through it.
And I can go back, and if it now things that I've released, it doesn't serve me anymore, and poof, I can delete. It disappears. It's deleted from my life. It's deleted from my page. And it's so interesting because my page is called RawNe's Life.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Well,
nice.
What you did was you really pinpointed it now, and for me, as I'm writing, like back in college, before being able to do speak text on a phone, even on a laptop, I can't type as fast as I think. So I used to write out all of my rough drafts for college papers, right? But the problem with that is you start to drift, and if you are even in a rough draft, sometimes you try to be too fine and too over perfect.
Yes.
Right. So what happens is you're in this flow of emotion, and the next thing you know, you lose it. Right. When you do a video recording, and I'm not saying that the written word or writing in a journal isn't productive. I do that as well.
It is.
There's the coach I'm working with for that in that part of my life had me break it down to answer 4 questions, which is really, really helpful in the written journal, which is awesome. However, when you're when you're recording yourself, you don't have to be too fine. Right. You don't have to, search for the words and does this mean that? You don't have to do that. The path is so quick. It's right there, right? Yep. It's so quick. Immediate. You could say whatever you want to say, and it's real and it's raw, right? Especially in your case as a creator, right? As a creative writer.
It literally it gives me that breakthrough, and then a melody might come. I'll start singing, or I will start flowing a little bit, because it will come out of that.
All right, and it all comes together.
It all comes together, yeah.
And that moment is captured.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And it's like, oh, that's the start of a new song.
Right.
Just use that one.
Mr. Flores.
Nice.
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I've been a little sleepy. I'm not going to lie. Mornings have been whooping me up a little bit.
What?
Yeah. It's that thing. It's that battle with time, waking up, all that stuff. It's not really battle. It's fine. I allow myself to get some extra rest.
You should.
In order to enjoy my days, and I feel like it helps me boost my days a little bit.
Well, you grow from rest, not from effort.
Oh, look at that.
So you're doing the right thing.
So
you're doing the right thing.
Every time I decide to sleep in, I'm like, you know what? This is growth. Just go. Stay in bed. But no, I'm excited. I was excited to come here today to join you with the fitness today, because I've been doing my stuff. I've been running. I've been doing my starfishes. I'm ready for the next step.
We're stepping it up today.
Yeah, we're going to the gym.
Right.
That's exciting.
We're gonna go to the gym today. So I have probably 6 or 7 exercises that I believe you should have as a centerpiece for your program, and you can add to that. Okay. We're gonna videotape everything in your Facebook Live page, in your own private one, so that you have a record of it, and we'll be very, very detailed. Okay. And all the little things, the breathing, the body positioning, limb positioning, all that stuff, we'll go over all that. So that way it's effective every time you do it.
Nice. Nice.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I've been good.
Yeah?
Doing the workouts, I've just been trying to stay healthy, and working out, and just...
How are your performances going lately?
My performances, they...
Feeling smooth, strong, anything new?
You know what? No. I lost a comedy competition, but I didn't really lose it. Comedy competitions are so one-way. I ran the light, and when you run the light, you really can't win it. So
What does that mean?
it's like you get 6 minutes, and then
Oh.
the light blinks at 5, and then the double light blinks at 6.
6 minutes,
Yeah,
Dougie
so
Fresh,
it's
right?
Like, get off
6
stage.
minutes.
So it blinked like
6
twice,
minutes.
and then I was like, oh, that's my
Dougie,
time.
you're on, right?
And then I was like, man. So I lost that. That was a little discouraging, but at the same time, when things are discouraging, they're also encouraging.
What'd you learn from it?
Not to run the light again. Well, I learned by watching myself and then like other people like that I'm funny. Like I know I'm funny. There's no doubt about it. But I could be a better writer. I could be a better writer. So I've been working on that. Just like kind of like working out. I just try to write so much every day, and a lot of it is like I don't technically don't know how to write a joke. I just write down what I think is funny, and then I kind of know when they're
Yeah,
gonna
but isn't
laugh.
that writing a joke?
Yeah, but some people are like like joke format, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a skeleton to jokes, like set up punch. You know what I'm saying? Some people are really well at that.
So
And
crafting it versus letting it flow.
yeah, and then I just kind of know what's funny, so I use that to my ability. But if I could get stronger on my writing side, I'd be like unstoppable.
So how do you do that? How do you
Just keep
become
writing,
stronger?
Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. So that's what I've been working on, and it's been like driving me nuts. I've been going bonkers because I'll write, and then I can't really write much because my mind is always gone. And like I said, I think faster than I could type too. So like when I'm writing, it's like oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I can't finish that. Can't finish that thought.
It sounds like somebody needs to create a private page so they can, you should do that.
Well, I want to focus on just writing a lot because I feel like if I can't do that, the more I do it, the better I'll get, at least with dealing with it.
Right.
I think you should try it.
So
Yeah.
Because you'll capture the
Just
essence
start
of the moment when
flowing.
you're working
Then you
on
know,
your
oh my God,
joke.
that's funny.
You'll just be able to just
Just a
work on-
suggestion,
yeah.
just an idea.
yeah, definitely. I have recordings and stuff of myself. Like when I try to do jokes like that, I used to do that because I didn't like to write, so I used to just record. Like,
Right.
In my recordings, like this is the joke, and that was kind of weird. I was like, what? Because it'd be hard to go back and listen to those and then try to write down. So I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, my best material is produced by writing. So I was like,
Well, there you go.
writing and then practicing, and then I figure it out on stage, kind of like that. But so I was like, okay, if I could just step up my writing game, I'm gonna be awesome. So I've been working on that.
Okay.
And then working out, staying healthy. I've been pushing everything. Like I've been running. The other day I ran 5 miles around Victory.
How'd it feel?
Around Victory Park. It felt easy because I did 3. I was doing more and more because I was doing the 30 minutes. I used to just do three laps around the Victory Park, which was 3 miles, and then you were like run 30 minutes. So I started doing 30 minutes, and then I started going to like my cousin's mom's house and back, and then I realized if I do that and then like go around the neighborhood like this and then come back that way, that's like 30 minutes. And then I realized it was like 28. So then I added something else. Like I had to go back, down, around. And then I was like, okay, that's 30. And then every day it'll like get short. You know what I'm saying? I have to do a little bit more just to make the 30 count. So then I was like, you know what? One day I was at Victory Park and I started my run, and this was after I ran in the morning time with my cousin already. We had already ran because after the radio station I'll hit him up because he goes to work at 12, so I'll just hit him up and we'll run something short. Probably like a 20-minute run, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in back with him. And then after that I'll go and do my actual workout, whether it's working out or running.
Right.
And I went to Victory Park and I ran it up. I felt like an athlete.
Well, you are.
Yeah, I definitely was, but I was like racing
You
people
are an athlete.
who didn't even know we were racing. Like I was running around, and after my 3rd time, I was like, let's just go 5 miles. I was thinking like,
How long did it take you to do 5 miles? How many minutes?
like 45. I was thinking it was.
That's pretty good.
I was thinking it was. I was gonna do like 6. I was just like, I'm running around here.
So that's about an under 10 pace. That's not bad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna keep going until I can't go. You know what I'm saying? Do something like 10 miles. I was like, that's just 10 times around. You know. So I just started, and then like I was killing it. Like the whole time the stride was good, and then like there was this one area, like a corner, and every time I got to that corner, I would just, and then on my 5th lap, like I'm going and I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna kill this 5th lap. Somebody like started jogging in front of me. like 20 feet out.
Uh-oh.
Just started. It's my 5th lap. And it was like,
You were in
head,
flow.
I was like, I gotta beat this guy. I was like, I don't win. Because the only time, like, when I'm running, I'm like, you win, you won. This is a race. You're already at the finish line. So
Right.
I'm visualizing the finish line. I'm like, you already won this. Keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now I'm like, he steps in, and I'm like, you don't win until you pass him up. So now I'm like killing myself trying to get this dude, and halfway through, like, okay, so I didn't know how slow I was running because it looked like he was running super slow, but then I was like, oh, I'm going to catch up. And then I started, like, striving, and I wasn't, like, gaining anything, and I was like, oh,
You were gassing out.
Yeah, I was like, don't give up. I was like, keep your pace. I was like, keep your pace, build it back, and then you're going to try again.
Hey, Nina.
And then basically I was like kind of shorting up on it, and once I got like 10 feet, I just took off. And then passed him. He didn't even know we were racing.
Oh,
and I passed him
wow.
up, and I was like, yes. And then I just, like, after I sprint past him, I just got into a flow, like probably like a 7.5 on a treadmill flow, and it just got some distance between us. And then I was like, and then afterwards, I was just like, distance. I was like, he's not coming back. Because in his head, I feel like he just started. If he wanted to, he could, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, and then I finished my last lap like that, and then I was like, that was nothing.
Awesome.
I finished like this, like, it was nothing. Like, like, I want to do it again. It was.
I think you need to sign up for a half marathon.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you just need to do that.
Yeah, that
because, you know,
it out.
just get to that, rack up a couple of half marathons over the next few months, and then just sign up for the CIM at the end of the year.
I was thinking that too.
Should do it.
The other day I ran hills, like, and I just basically went into, like, I thought I couldn't go anymore, but like I was going forever, so then I just stopped after a while. But it was cool to know that, you know, I could keep going. Like, I got this. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I'm enjoying my workout. I hope that everybody also continues to be healthy when I make my posts. You know, run, jog, lift. I can't wait to lift. That's why I really.
Oh, we're training today. It's gonna be fun.
I miss that because running, you get in your head, all that stuff, but you just don't feel strong afterwards. You kind of feel like a featherweight. You know, you
I already feel like a feather.
I'm
trying to gain weight. It'll never happen.
Light and flow.
The most I ever gained is like 10
pounds. Flow like a
butterfly. Sting like a bee.
That's why I feel like I need to get that sting in. You know, I need to get my sting in. But no, the workouts has been awesome. They my core with the starfish, with the warm up of the workout, like I'm knocking those out.
We're gonna step that up a little bit today. That's all. Your acclimation period is done.
Uh-oh, that's what you needed.
Everything's getting stepped up, so I'm excited.
Up. Challenge your fitness.
I'm excited.
Be dynamic.
I was getting a little bored. I like the starfish because
I mean, it's just, you know, that's just meant to prime your system. Yeah. It's not really meant to be,
the warm-up,
you know, the workout.
Cool because like you'll feel it like, afterwards. You
need to engage, get the blood flow progressive. Yeah.
I never did a starfish. I feel like it's pulling everything together, and it's like, ooh, my abs feel so good.
Pulling everything together.
Yeah, I'm a very, very, very strong believer in your core is like number one.
It's so important. I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know, how many, God bless them, how many old people do you see that are, you know, hunched over as they get older, right?
That's because they have bad
that posture. But that's because they're not working on their technique
Gravity.
and their fitness, that they're not.
Well, yeah.
When their muscles are stronger and in place, their bones tend to stay the same.
Right.
So.
Right. Bone strength and bone density have everything to do with how much you challenge it, your diet, all that stuff, and not to, you know, not to take anything away from their life experience and life, what they've gone through. And I look at elderly people, you know, my mom was 83, and I look at her history and what she had survived, you know, World War II, all that stuff, sending my dad to 2 wars, all that kind of stuff, right? So I admire elderly people because they have seen,
stuck together.
They have seen and done some amazing, amazing things. You know, I mean, especially if somebody is.
They had less distractions in their life at those times, I believe, as well. So it made it easier for people to stick together and.
Absolutely. I mean, anyone who has lived to be 75 or 80 or 90, if you do the math, they've gone through significant points of history, of human history. You know what I mean?
And gelling together and staying with their people.
Right. To have in-depth conversations with them. I bet if you had a conversation, a concrete conversation with somebody who's between 85 and 90, from say 3 or 4 different cultures, you would see the world in a totally different way.
Totally.
Right?
Yes.
You could see the world in a totally different way. We all here have an opportunity, right? Especially this young gun over here,
Yep.
right? So let's add 20, 30 years to our lives and see what we're going to see. If you choose to have a positive lifestyle where you have absolute self-love through health and fitness, just imagine what that would be like later on. You know what I mean? Just imagine what that would be like. You know, I'm 53 now, and I don't see myself being any less physically intact and athletic at, you know,
at 70
63 or 70. Of course I'll be older. Of course I'll be slower. But, you know, I'll still be running. I'll probably be doing some, if not a triathlon, definitely a duathlon.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. And
something,
that,
right?
and
you know?
see that they're way more vibrant
Right.
people and elders
Right.
than those who don't.
Right.
And,
yeah.
you know, that quality of life persists, and it
Absolutely.
it just strengthens.
It's true.
Starting early on.
Right.
And so yeah, with Marcelis starting so early on.
Massively. He's got a massive, you know, curve jump start against us. I mean, and I'm talking more than just the physical part. The physical part is great. You know,
mentally.
There's no guarantee to a healthy future, only your healthy present. So on that, if your present at all times is one of, you know, driven by love and good positive energy and strength, you know, and good investment in your emotional, mental, and physical fitness, every moment, every day is going to be awesome. They're going to add up to a collection of moments throughout your years, right? So, you know, there's something to be said for really developing a great relationship with yourself, because it affects everybody around you. I mean, what legacy are you going to leave behind? Right? I mean, leadership is massive in families.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know?
Oh my goodness.
So you got to just decide, you know, where are you leading your family? Where are you leading your own life to people? How are people going to remember you by?
Right.
You know, it's not enough to just be physically strong. You know, your self-happiness and love and mental mental strength, and, you know, being able to kind of weather, you know, multiple storms in your life.
And not just for yourself, but for others
absolutely.
that you lead, because they look to you. They turn to you for strength. They look to you for motivation and for guidance. And so being that leader, especially in your family and in your workplace, wherever it is that you find yourself in a leadership role, they turn to you. They look to you for that. And so being able to know yourself in any situation and the events, whatever the case may be, it's always good to start learning. And we were talking earlier, better late than never. I'm learning things about myself in my life right now, better late than never, that I hadn't yet learned. And so the fact that I'm still learning every day, even just about myself, allows me to just grow and polish myself of who I am, to be that better person, and to just to start to know what needs to be eliminated from my life, what needs to be kept in my life, what needs to be strengthened in my life, what needs to, you know, whatever the case may be, for my life to shine. I didn't want to use the word shine, but shine.
We are shining right now.
As best it can.
Well, you know, you're being open-hearted, being open-minded is one thing.
But open-hearted.
But if you're open-hearted and you just, again, moving forward, no matter what hits you, you're going to attract such great energy back to you. If energy comes from the chosen thought of a process that people have more than the physical side, then you're going to attract some great people in your life. And you're planting seeds every day you do it, every day. And it may not happen in the next 5 minutes, in the next 2 weeks. At some point, people are going to walk into your life, you know, season, reason, lifetime, right? Yes. People enter your life for a season, reason, or lifetime. And simply because you attract that by the energy that you're putting out, you know? I mean, it's so true. If you're toxic, guess what you're attracting to you?
Something toxic.
Right? Something, someplace, someone.
And you know, in the Buddhist philosophy that I've learned, so everything in your environment is your mirror. So yes, if you are a toxic person, you are going to attract a toxic person. If you are, you know, on a different frequency or level, those are the people that you're going to find, because those are the people that are on your level. So those are the people that you are going to resonate with. So having said that, being able to take a look at the good, the bad, the ugly, when people say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's in my life. Well, you have to turn around and think that, look in a mirror. Look in a mirror. Like, if you were to look at yourself, look at that situation, that person, whatever it is, as yourself. what is it about that person that you don't like, and then you got to turn around and think about what is it in yourself that could possibly be that same, that is that equivalent, because you're
Very true.
mirroring it. It's mirroring itself to you in your environment, per my Buddhist philosophy that I study, or that I have in my life, that, you know, is one of the things that I kind of
Adapted.
We have songs for that now, 2018.
We do?
Yeah.
What? Like what?
Like Big Sean. I don't F with you, little stupid. I don't with you. Yeah, it's a song. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't interrupt.
Expand on that.
I don't F with you.
So that means
It's
like
just
in
like
your
I
life?
just like there's also another one. It's like, it ain't nothing to cut that B word off. It's just cultural young rap music
to like
these days.
to like cutting people out.
It's kind of like a metaphor for what you were just talking about. You
it could
elaborated.
Choose
be-
choosing who to be around.
Yeah.
Right.
Choosing who to be around.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It ain't nothing to. Sorry.
No, I mean, don't be sorry. You're on point.
But
You're
it's,
totally.
but it's not just people though. Sometimes
Right.
it could be like foods. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
It could be like certain foods that you're just like, oh my god.
Your work
and
environment,
your
where you
work-
live. I mean, those
yeah,
are
it
all
could be-
choices, right?
Yeah, everything.
Even in
your
the toughest
environment.
circumstances, you could change those circumstances,
Yes,
right?
yes.
How many countless stories have you heard of people, started from the bottom, started in humble beginnings, large families,
They got started from
poor,
the bottom.
whatever the case may be, and now they're very, very successful. I'm not talking about financially successful, but they changed the circumstance in their life, and now they've grown to be great parents. They've grown to become great leaders, and sure
But they went through the hardship. to know
absolutely,
how to
but they
get there.
chose that. They're thinking, no way, this isn't good enough.
But their
You
life
know?
is gonna, their spirit, their life is gonna say, I need to learn these lessons. So I'm gonna put myself in these situations in order to learn the
Right.
lessons that I need to be where I need to be at another time in my life. So you're going to attract those things in your life that your spirit is needing to learn in
Right.
that human experience. So your spirit is saying, I'm coming here, I'm having this human experience. These are the things that I need to learn. So I'm going to put myself in these situations so that I get that lesson. And then you're developing and moving and growing physically in this particular form, but your spirit is also learning
Right.
in different points in its journey.
Can you achieve that by, I don't mean this to be a simplified question, but I'll just ask it. Can you achieve that journey or head down that path of a journey if you are blaming others and not taking responsibility for where you're at?
It would be part of the journey. It's just what was the lesson to be learned there?
Right. Absolutely.
By blaming
You got to own
somebody
it.
else. What's the lesson to be learned by blaming somebody else? Yeah.
None. Nothing. It's the same toxic pattern you're going to fall into, right?
Right,
you
right.
know. So, anyway,
Yeah.
what's going on, brother?
Nothing. I was documenting all of this. I feel like a journalist.
Well, you kind of
we kinda
are.
are, yeah.
You kind of are.
Journalism mode.
You're a radio journalist, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I had to get all that. That was good stuff, man. I feel it. Sometimes I get confused in the attracting. It's like, man, how did I attract this to me? Like, what in the world happened?
You know.
But
Yeah.
at the end of everything, you always realize, that was nice. Like, okay, it's funny. It's funny how it works. But undoubtedly, I'm gonna have to agree with staying positive is key to everything. No matter what type of experience you're going through, if you could give it a positive spin, like I went through that because I had to, you're winning. If you could, you know what I'm saying? If you could just justify anything, people say you'll be good if you have a sense of humor. I believe that because sometimes stuff will happen to me and it'd be so bad that I just laugh, like okay, world, like let's go, go, let's get it. The other day, I had tickets, right, and I wasn't trying to. So my last on the app, I didn't want to buy my birthday tickets because I was like, that's $50, and stuff was tight, and I was like, how can I get these tickets by? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of ways, of course, sponsorships, of course, working with people, stuff like that, make it happen, and then. In a way, thinking about that, kind of attracted to me. My friend Doug, he was like, I want to do a fundraiser with MF Comedy. I was like, you want a comedy show? What do you want to do? Thinking about all the possibilities. And then he told me what he did want. And I basically just worked out somewhere where I could put him on something, and I worked out a deal where he could be on the back of my tickets for $50. All the tickets.
Nice.
I'd give him like 50 or 40 tickets, and he could sell them for his fundraiser and keep all the money. So
helped each other.
Yeah, but at the time it was like I needed that, and then it came to me. I was like, yes. And I was like, you know what? I got this life thing. You know what I'm saying? I always do that when when life situations happen. I'm like, I got this. Watch how you know what I'm saying? Most people like break down or, oh my gosh, like their phones cracks or phone breaks.
Right.
Like I break it and it's like, I got this. That happened for a reason.
That
you know
happened
what
to
I'm
me
saying?
the other day. I freaked out. I freaked out completely. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I did that the other day.
You guys are like, you know, you're on a roll, right? And then one thing happens and you kind of get irritated, right? And then it leads to another thing. It's seemingly like things are just, the wheels are just falling off. You ever get to the point where you just go, why not? Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's one more thing?
I had great guidance that day.
It's those moments where I just kind of go, I just laugh and go, right? What else is gonna go wrong?
You just laughing, except for
why not?
Like, going wrong, you like nothing's going wrong. You're like, no, this.
It's all good, man. It just it's fine.
Because in my face, it's like life is trying to test me, and if you fail, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, it's not over. I was like, it's not done.
Right, it's not over. Yeah,
what happens
not
is
at all.
he sent me the 50 through Facebook, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make these tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then I have my overdraft account was through my Facebook, so I pressed OK, and it all went into that, and I just lost the 50 like that, and then I was just like, man. Now I have to get him his tickets, produce his stuff on the back of the tickets.
What do you mean? How did that happen? I don't understand.
Okay, so he sent me $50 through Facebook, and my account that I have linked with Facebook is an overdraft at that time.
Oh, I see.
At that time.
You had to cover it.
So when it went into the account, it just got
taken.
Yeah. And I was like laughing so hard. I was like, oh my goodness. Like I was so smooth. Like I made that happen, and it was just like, you know, when stuff happens, it's like,
right.
It's just like you're kind of like,
right.
It's like, what's next? Everything, and then when everything's going right, it's just like, it was like that, and then it was like a trick, like, gotcha, and then I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Here it is. No.
Yeah, it was like that. I had it, and then I made it happen still, and then
so close.
And then
after
so
far.
I still made it happen, I was like, man, it's nothing.
You know,
I'm like, it's nothing.
That makes me think of like, you know, when things are kind of rocky, right? Mm-hmm. I always tell people, you know, take inventory, pump the brakes, and stop for a second, and take a bird's eye view, because there's always one or two things in your normal routine that keep you stable that you're not doing. Mm-hmm. Right? It could be a change in your sleep patterns. It could be you're missing your workouts. It could be you're starting to eat poorly. It could be you're not taking time for yourself to refill your cup.
Right.
That's massive,
That's
right?
a big one.
There's always something. So there's usually like a 2 or 3 week period or however long it may be, and hopefully you're not going through a rough spot longer than that.
Right.
Like if you are, then you're definitely in it. You're definitely not stopping for a second, because all that stuff's waiting for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? You could just stop for a second.
It's there.
Why? You know, nothing's gonna, you know, I'm not gonna lose anything or miss out on anything if I just let's take inventory here for a second. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know, so that's why it's important to do that. It's so easy to be in flow when things are going great. As a creator, as a professional, you know, you're rocking along, this is great. But when it's not is when you really need to step up. When it's not is, and it's a fine line.
And assess their situation.
Right. It's a fine line.
Yeah, taking the bird's eye view.
Between saying, okay, it's all good. Let me just take a deep breath. Yeah. Right. I'm not going to pump my way up through this like, oh, go.
Right.
I need to just stop for a second. What am I not doing in my normal regime? Right, and you know,
to be in the place of Zen
right,
where I need to be,
where I operate at my best. Something's disrupted, because we all like to be in harmony. Yes, you want to be harmonious as much as possible, but there's core things that you do. You know, no pun intended, but there's core things that you do in your value system, in your personal investment of yourself, how you refill your cup, you know, how you reward how you gift your body, you know, that physical workout, so you're able to get rid of that stress instead of absorb it. Mm-hmm. There's always one or two things that are kind of disconnected or amiss or disrupted. Right. You know, and even And even if you look at that, but everything is running and you're doing all those things, but you're still out of whack, you're just out of whack.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
okay.
So sometimes
you know what I mean?
You just got to figure out what
sometimes you're just out of whack.
Sometimes you just are.
You just are.
You just got to roll. You just go with the flow.
Sometimes
right. And you can't allow that to be like, okay, I'm going to be like this for no. Right? You just you need to reaffirm to yourself that it's all good. Okay, am I working out? Check. Yes. Am I eating okay? Check. Yes. Am I refilling my cup? Check. Yes. How my relationships with all the people I'm around? Check. Yes. How am I speaking to myself and the people that I care about? Check. Yes. Okay, all that. Well, I can't think of anything that I'm not doing that I should be. It is what it is.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just go back to this. Now go back to the life, right?
Yep.
It's nothing changed. It's still waiting for you.
Yep.
Right? But now you've kind of done this checklist and go, I'm fine.
Yeah, about
let's
yourself.
Let's
then
just
you
move
start
forward.
to assess those in
right.
the environment. So, okay, so if I'm fine with everything that I got going on, my health, my wealth,
what does that tell you?
Then okay, now let's take a look at the external factors.
Exactly.
So now that self check, you're like, okay, I'm good. I know I'm good. So yeah, those external factors, that doesn't work for me. That's what I need to work on getting rid of. Oh, that doesn't work for me. That's what I need to work on getting rid of. Oh, this cereal or that snack isn't healthy for me. That's what I need to work on getting. But if you're already assessing that you're eating healthy, then that should.
Sometimes it just you're just through it, right? It's just the moment in your journey, and it's such a small speck.
Yeah. It really is.
How many people have you listened to go, oh my God, everything's just sucks and this, that. And
it's just like, really?
Like but it's they can't get out of the weeds. They're in it.
Fleeting moment of time.
Right? Yeah. And you look back and you go, wow, I got through that.
I had a discussion with a friend one time, and when I tried to help her come out of the funk that she was in, kind of like that, and she kept feeding it, and she just wouldn't let it go. And I was like, but look, you want to do this self-help, but listen to yourself. Right. Listen to what's coming out of your mouth. Yeah. And she couldn't see it. She was only in the emotion, and she just could not get out of it. And I realized I can't help her. I can't help her right now. And if she chooses to continue to think like this, she continues to choose to behave like that, and to keep living it, to keep feeding that. I had to step away for a minute. Because I don't want to be around that. If somebody
good for you
personally knows what they need, or what is wrong, or what is right, or what works, and what is healthy, what is not, and continues to choose to feed the negative,
it's hard to help those people. It's hard to be around them.
You're showing me and showing yourself right now that that's where you choose to be.
Right.
I'm gonna have to let that go.
You know what I realized about that though? I realized that some people just can't see that time. Maybe they are, like you said, it's a choice. They just choose to live in it. They just choose to live in it, and they may want to live in it.
Some people may not know, or they may like, or they may not know that there's something else that is better, and it's a practice. So their body, their cellular memory. Cellular memory only knows that. So it's going to continue to stay in that comfort zone where people say, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And they got to know what that feels like. And sometimes they don't know what that feels like. They don't know what to expect that would feel like. And then their cellular memory is going to keep trying to get that same feeling back, because that's what it's familiar with, because then that's where the mind over matter comes, where your body is the matter and your mind has to be stronger than the matter, because that's where it's kind of like an addiction to a feeling, an addiction to a way of being, addiction to a drug, whatever it is. So they're addicted to feeling like that.
Well, it's sad because there are people who are just comfortable in their own misery. Think about that. Yeah. To be comfortable in your own misery is a choice. You're like, it's just easier. It's just better to be here. And it's not even a conscious thing. You're just, you don't want to.
It's not conscious at all.
You hang on to it because you just feel the need to, right? And it's too hard. It's too hard to do the work.
But that's unfortunate for some.
It is totally.
But how do you help those if they want to be helped at all?
Well, you can't.
If not, you just leave them to themselves.
And we all have people in our lives that at one time, you were tight, you were strong, and then as you evolve and you grow over the years, they're choosing a kind of a path that doesn't align with your core values. And next thing you know, you drift, and just by osmosis, you just can't handle it anymore. Yeah. And we all have people in our lives like that, where you're just like, at one time we were really tight, And now it's like we don't.
Outgrowing.
Yeah, just like we're just taking to different directions, you know, and that's okay, you know. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it is what it is.
People are going to be people, and their journey is going to be their journey.
But it just saddens you to think, oh God, you know,
it was great. It
Right.
was great while it lasted, and
Right.
you know what we learned, whatever that may be in it, you know, is good. It's all part of
Right.
the journey. It's all part of the journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Right, Marcelis?
We're gonna get ready to get out of here, but before we go, can I read the horoscopes?
Please. Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, folks. We are gonna hit some horoscopes.
What is our horoscope?
Okay, so I'm gonna read the Aquarius first because it is Aquarius season.
Aquarius season.
And Marcelis is an Aquarius too, so that works. It says, a great financial possibility is linked to foreign travel and your future success. So be alert regarding any chances for travel, either on the job or on your own. When thinking of future opportunities, practice deep respect without giving in to alien ways of thinking. Since you refuse to fit anyone's ideas about you, it's vital to your success. Being true to yourself helps you take risks that others miss.
There you go.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds very awesome.
Nice job.
Applicable.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get off.
Okay, and Leo's
Yeah.
Team Leo. Okay, when it comes to love, be open to anything.
Right.
Recent developments have convinced you that you're better off alone for the time being, but a breakthrough is coming for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. Its impact is memorable, but might also mold the next week with its daring, exciting energy. Be patient with yourself. Remember that the best things in life are worth waiting for, especially when it comes to romance.
Nice.
I like that.
I like that too.
Worth waiting for.
Totally worth waiting for.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Well, with that, we are out of here, you guys. It has been great on this Wednesday morning. It is 9:50 on the dot. It is the 7th of February.
Nice.
And you guys are tuning in to Rise and Shine 209, the KXVS, the Voice of Stockton Morning Show with your girl, RawNe and Marcelis. And our guest today, Mel Martin.
Thank you again for having me today.
Of FitLuvStrong.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day.
Good morning,
Awesome.
everybody.
Here at KXVS.
Good show today.
Thank you.